Hi there, welcome back to another Monday Wrap. Here to help Newcastle investors maximise their return on their investment, understand their investment strategy and ensure their property is compliant. As always, Nicole, our investor consultant, joins me. Morning, Nick.
Morning, Case.
What's happening this week?
This week I want to touch on just a bit of an update on a blog you've previously posted because it is, I've noticed just last week I had to make an adjustment in a property that was advertised for lease in the price. So I thought it was really important. Your blog's about making the most of your rental investment. So what we're finding at the moment, the market is determining what the actual rent will be. So the market isn't quite as strong as what we were seeing before.
Yeah, and I think that's really defined on what type of property it is, the location of the property. So there are still some properties that are receiving really great inquiries, but then the top end of the market is a little bit slower where it's not receiving that inquiry. And especially because we've kind of, over the last couple of weeks, we've taken the Sydney people out of the market, so they can't come to inspect properties or look at making a move at this stage. So it's not that we've actually taken them out of the market. We can still lease to them, and we're still leasing to them virtually, so we have a video walkthrough on all of our properties. But I think there's still that little bit of uncertainty again in the rental market on what's going to happen with COVID and this next strain of COVID, but it's just making people a little bit more cautious.
Yeah, and which we experienced that before, but what's really important for the investor is that we don't want to keep the property vacant. That's right. You're actually losing more money on an annual basis if we have that property vacant for 2 to 3 weeks to try and maximize or get that higher rental return. Whereas if we do that adjustment up front, get your tenants in, and then you're generating that income straight away for your property, so which is really important. And I know your blog even mentioned about, it gave an example of tenants vacating. So I think it was the tenants were paying $565 per week, but then there was an application as your example that the new application for the property offered $550. So that's an example there that it, like, for that adjustment of the $15 on an annual basis, if that property remained vacant
for an extra week
or two, then it's not worth trying to push for that extra higher income or rental return on that property because it does cost you overall. So jump back onto the website. Casey has the blog on there, and have a read. But it's just a bit of thought for today's
definitely
wrap.
And I think when we're looking at our numbers and we'll compare this month versus last month, we can see there has been a slight adjustment in just our inquiries. So tenant inquiry is 1,181 tenants have inquired on properties for lease. 43 inspections were scheduled. Applications received was 402 and properties leased 19. So previous month we done 25 properties leased. So we have seen a drop in properties being leased, and the average days market has crept up a little bit from 7.1 previous to 7.3. So I feel that we are making a shift in the market, and we are in winter. So it always does usually happen around this time of the year. Tenants they don't want to move in the cold. It's winter, but just be aware. What are the COVID restrictions and how are we adapting to that? Obviously, we have masks here in the office. We've just taken them off for this video, but you wouldn't hear us otherwise. When we're pre-qualifying our tenants for inspections, they do go through a pre-qualifying questionnaire. So they just have to let us know that they're not from a hotspot, that they are willing to wear a mask, they're not going to touch anything, they are going to sanitize before coming through the property, and obviously adhere to social distancing measures. So we are still leasing properties, we're still doing our open houses, just abiding by the guidelines that are set by the government here. As always, if we can help you in any way, if you have any questions how to maximize your return on your investment, if you're looking to purchase an investment and you want an unbiased rental appraisal, please do reach out. We'd love to chat to you. I'm Casey Healy, Director here at Century 21 Novocastrian.
And I'm Nicole Hoare, Investor Consultant within our agency.
We look forward to talking with you soon.
Bye.
Bye.